Welcome back, everybody. Welcome to Spooky Dookie Tuesday. It's nice to see everybody here. And some people who is not here. Who are not here. Woo! Oh my goodness, you guys. I don't know about you, but I just had fun. Oh my God. What crazy sounds. I hope that was spooky. Spooky enough. I was doing my best up here, and I'm going to go over some of the instruments that I was using in a second. But first, and we're already 30 minutes in, you guys. I think that's a record for the longest jam so far. But yeah, thank you for tuning in today. This is the Spooky Dookie. Sorry, I'm cracking myself up with the title because I wanted to call it Spooky Stuff, if you know what I mean, but I decided to make a rhyme, which is I'm amusing myself with the title. All right, and yeah, you guys, welcome. All right, so I am Kalani. This is Tuesday Museday. This is World Drum Club, and you guys are you, and you know who you are. But let's say hello. Nice and early as always. Bill Bradley is here. Hey, Bill. And Charlie, welcome. And Roseanne, of course, our host, moderator, and information giver. And Sienna is here. Welcome. And Noelia, is that right? Noelia Bonote. And it must be from Brazil. Neil's here. Welcome. You were here last week for the third time. For the first time. And now you're here for the second time. And next week, you might be here for the third time. All right, let's get it straight. Sue Carpenter, welcome. Sue, nice to see you. And I'm not going to try to catch up on the whole conversation here because I can't. But if you guys have any questions, maybe you could re-ask them at the end, or I'll just go over some of the instruments. So, and Rebecca's here. Hey, get some Halloween fun. Yes, get in the spirit. And who else? Julia, welcome. Anyone else? Let's see. Ultra drums. And I'm a scared dude. I like it. All right. Awesome, you guys. And Lee is here. Hello. And Lacey. Awesome. All right, everybody. I think I'm all caught up. Yeah, welcome back. I've got these sounds in the looper still, at least the last batch, so we can go back and revisit them if we want. If you guys have any questions, let's go over some of the instrumentation, shall we? Because we probably have questions. I've played pretty much all these instruments in past Tuesday Museday episodes, but I'll, just because some of you are new, and I don't expect you to go all the way back through all the videos I've ever made and find them. So I'm going to quickly go through. There's a lot of instruments. But some of them are obvious, right? Like congas and bongos and cajon down here. You can't see it, but I'm sitting on it. But let's go over some of the more exotic stuff. I'll try to kind of go in order. No guarantees, but I think I start off with this guy. And I'm going to focus the overhead camera up a little closer so you guys can see. So this is a Puma whistle. I got this in Mexico. And you see this little guy in there. Hello, let me out. He's in the Puma, but it's a wind whistle. And the bottom's open like that. And I'll pop up over here. And you blow in the top right here. And then I like to cover it. And it's really expressive, actually. It creates a lot of different sounds. And to be honest, I don't want to try to seem like I'm representing the traditional way of playing any of these. If there is a traditional way, there probably is. A lot of whistles are for hunting, actually, or other things, other celebrations, or thing, so I don't want to try to pretend like I know any of that. I don't. But to me, it's a wind whistle, and I try to use it artistically and musically. And then there were a couple more. I think I also got both of these in Mexico. Here's another one. This has a little skull face on it. Isn't he cute? Look at that. But the bottom is like this, and it has the mouthpiece. That's that guy. Here is, I guess, a crow or raven or something. Pretty nice. Same design. Hole in the bottom. Mouthpiece. This one has a personality. And I've played it with two hands. You can hear it's got this cool thing where it breaks up. You know, the sound, like the whistle sound is kind of like right on the edge of whistling. And then when it's not whistling, it can sound like static, and I really like that. Yeah, so many different sounds you can get out of these things if you just work with it a little bit and use your hands. We had a trio of frogs, right? Big frog, two little frogs. And I got a little frog swamp going with those, the wooden frogs. And then I have one bird. I'm thinking of it as an owl in this context. I guess, yeah, I'm gonna say owl. All right, and my studio lights just went out, but that's okay. They're just the room lights. I still have the background lights. I had these two Noah bells. Maybe we can go to the side. Noah bells are readily available in lots of different places, but I picked these because they're slightly out of tune. Not even a half step, I don't think. They're just weird. So those are cool, and you can find Noah bells all over the place. And then I had a whirro, which I decided I was going to use as like a creaky sound. Sounds better with reverb. Something like that, yeah. So it's like a creaky something. Hey, Tom. Tom, you made it. You must have got off work. Nice to see you. We're going over instruments. Then, let me see what else is here. We had the onclang, right? Onclang, and this is just to me, it was like like bones or something, but in a musical way. Like a dry, hollow sound, which it is. Dry and hollow, and a sound. That's a triple. And these are from Indonesia. And onclang are played usually, I guess more like, you can hold it like, they're usually suspended like that, and then you just shake it. Wow, the gong is making natural reverb, you guys. So that's another kind of cool instrument. Then I had this guy, which is really hard to see against black, but you can see it here. This is my little double vibra slap kind of thing. It's got two little cones on the end, and there's a little clapper thing. You can't really see it, but there's like a little clapper guy inside each one. And then you just do that. Pretty fun. Don't ask me, you guys, don't ask me where to get all this stuff. I really don't know. I can't. I would check Lark in the morning and start there. But a lot of these things I just got in my travels, all right? This is a cactus rain stick. I've used many times on the show. And I like it a lot. It's got a nice sound. It's kind of short, but at least it travels. You know, you can pack it up and take it to a gig. So I believe I had this one on the road with Yanni for 4 years. So it's been around. That's a nice rain sound. And then I'm not sure I used it. Did I use this? I'm not sure I did. I might have used a little. This was another sound I chose. These are seed pods or sea pods, and it's just like a belt rattle. And I picked these because they just have, again, they have that kind of skeleton sound, you know, like something creepy, kind of creepy. And then I had this guy, which is not a bongo, by the way. And this is another one I got in Mexico. It's a thunder tube or thunder drum, but it's handmade. Like, this is the original thing. This is their OG OG thunder tube. And it's got a spring coming out from the head. You can see how it's made, and it sounds like this. I'm going to hold it really close to the mic, because if you do that, you get the proximity effect, and that's how you get that low, low, low sound. Wait, over here. The other mic. Right, pretty cool. And then, now you guys, I surprised myself, I even surprised myself with this one, because this is the Sistrum, right? And you can see it's got like flattened bottle caps. And usually we use it as a rattle, but wasn't that a cool effect when I was, that's the first time I did that. I just tipped it really slowly. Let me start on the other side. Tipped it really slowly, and oh my God. It's like fingernails on a chalkboard, right? See, kids don't know what chalkboards are, so they don't know what fingernails on a chalkboard is. Oh. Oh my goodness. Yeah, so, that was amazing. That surprised me. So I learned something today about that, which is to not do that. All right, and then, let me see. I had the ohm spring. This is a ohm, it says ohm, O-M up here. And this is an instrument that is I'm not sure these are available anymore. This was made by John Stannard, who has a company, or had a company called JW Percussion, or no, actually JW Stannard, and he made a lot of wind chimes back in the 80s and 90s, super high quality stuff. And then he had Ohm, which was the professional musician stuff. JW Stannard wind chimes were sold in a lot of like gift stores, where for the general public, like they'd be the round style wind chimes, as opposed to the Mark tree, which is what we probably play, on a gig or as a musician. But this is a spring, I think they just call it a spring chime. Pretty cool sound. So that's that, and I have another thing I didn't use back here, so I'm not going to show you. And I think we're all caught up. Oh, except for the gong. So I did bowed gong, mostly bowed, and this is a cheap cello bow that I bought for like $8. It's a terrible bow, but it works great on gong. So I put some rosin on, I tightened it up before, and then we just play the edge. And that is how you do sound unhealing. That is not a gong bath. That is a gong splash of cold water in your face when you're trying to sleep. But amazing sound. You guys probably recognize that sound from, spooky movies and stuff and sound effects. And then if you just do it lightly, like I was doing basically one-handed down here, But if you go up, that's why I stood up, because if you stand up, let's see if I can show you. It's hard to show, but if you stand up, and then I can brace the gong on the top, and I can use a lot more pressure. And as a result, I can get a lot more meat, a lot lower sounds, and a lot more harmonics and things. So that's why I was standing up, so I could hold it. I could hold the string that's going through the gong at the top, because otherwise if you try to bow it hard, it's just going to turn, right? So that's that. And I think and then a couple flutes. Actually, 3 flutes. I had this one, which is, I introduced, I think last week. This is a, who is this? Nash Tavea flute. It's a double G flute. Double flute happens to be in like G minor. It matches a G minor. So this one is interesting because it's kind of like those bells. It's 2 flutes that are almost in tune, and it's made like that on purpose. Pretty crazy, but I like it. And then, and that's flutesbynash.com. And then I had an A flute. This is a beautiful Brazilian rosewood flute by Wood Sounds, Brent Haynes. And it's just a standard, tuning. But I used some effects, so it wasn't standard tuning. And then I also used a low A by Blue Star Flutes. This is a low bass flute. Let's get some reverb. So that's a nice one. And now we're caught up. So, and then, cajon down here. I didn't even vocalize during that whole thing. I thought I was going to do some evil laughs, like some diabolical. But we got into some grooves. So I was doing some groove stuff, and then I was using some effects on here, which are like beat. They take the beat, they take whatever's in the loop, and they will slice it up according to whatever beat settings you put in there. So I'm just experimenting, you guys. I'm just like flipping buttons and turning knobs and see what comes out. But I thought that was a pretty cool groove. Let's listen to it again real quick. And now I'm going to take the effects off. So this is what I recorded. And then I have these different effects over here. I can put the effects back on. 1, 2, let's go. That is too much fun, you guys. I love that. That is a very cool thing. Yeah, and Roseanne put the looper I'm using, the Boss RC505 MK2. And all the effects and everything that I was doing are in the looper. So I've got videos on the looper. I think there's a link in the description. Usually there is, at least I think there is. You can check and let me know. Let's see. I think that's it, you guys. Before we run out of time, let's move on to our next segment.
Guess the sound.
Okay, let's make this quick. I'm gonna play this thing. I've used it before, and honestly, I don't know the name. But if you can tell me what it looks like, then you will get all of the Halloween candy points for today. Okay, here it is. Any idea? What does it look like? And also I play it like this. See, I was gonna use it. Is that wind up? Ultra drums? I mean, I don't know, so maybe that's it. I have no idea. I got it in Mexico City, and I thought it was a cool sound, so I just bought it. But Maybe you're right. I don't know. I actually Googled it before the show because I'm like, I can't ask you guys to guess what it is when I don't even know what it is. I don't know the name of it. I just have it. But I've used it before, and it's a cool sound. It's a party noisemaker. So any other guesses? Any other guesses? It's the little drum thing on a string used as a noisemaker. Well, that is correct, Roseanne. So, I don't know if it's called a wind-up or wind-up. Wind-up. Why are wind and wind spelled the same way? That makes no sense, does it? Am I wrong? Okay, so rhythmic, I don't think it's no, it's not a frog whirro because that's what this is. We already talked about that. So that's this. It's different. This one is, in fact, a little, well, I'm going to show you guys. I don't care who gets the points. We got to move on. So I'm going to show you guys right now. Here, let me do this. Let's see. Okay. Now, it's this thing, which I'll give you a better view. It's this, right? So there's a little drum, and then there's a string on it, and then there's this stick, and on here is rosin. This is like tar or rosin covered. So it's, see? If you turn the stick, so there's two ways to play it. I mean, one, you can just spin it around, and I apologize, this is going to be obnoxiously loud. Right? You can do that, and then, but what I like to do is hold it like this, and then I turn the stick, and I use my hand to uncover it. You can go like that. All right, so Roseanne says she just Googled it, and it's called a spinning noisemaker? Well, that's not a name. Yeah, okay. I guess, yeah. Well, I mean, we have to accept that because that's literally a description. But I can think of other things that are spinning noisemakers. So I want to know specifically, what is this? It looks like somebody who doesn't know how to fish, you know? Look what I caught. But even this is a cool sound, isn't it? How spooky is that? I need to add him in. Right? Like if you, be honest, if you heard this coming from your living room, you're in bed, you're in your bedroom, and you hear this. And it's coming from the living room. I'm not going in there. No, forget it. I'll just let whatever's in there have whatever it wants until it's full and then leave. That's bad. Not going in. All right. You all get points today because it's in the trick-or-treating spirit. You all get 3 points. Everybody here. Is that what it's called? Rhythmic Zumbador? That sounds like a great name, right? It sounds like somebody who's won an award in Zumba. Zumbador, I am here. If it's called Zumbador, then that's awesome. Then you get most of the points. You can have half the points, and everyone else gets 3 points. All right. What is Juke's joint? What is 12G? What is that? Is that 12 grams? I don't know what that is. But welcome. All right. So we can look up Zumbador later. Right now we got to go into Gimme 5 real quick. So somebody pick 5 things, and I'll try to loop them up, or I can just try to keep going. Oh, 12 gauge. I was gonna say, yeah. I mean, if you got a 12 gauge sitting by your bed, then maybe you can go in. But then your house gets shot up, you know. So I don't know. Is it worth it, or do you just wait till morning and then it's like when you hear this sound, and you know he's had enough, and it'll just leave. All right. All right, I'm going to show you the one thing that I didn't use because there was already a lot going on, you know, and that's another thing, you guys. You don't have to use everything every time you make messages, right? Messages, every time you make music, musical messages. But I want to show what I dug out for you because when this could be in the Gimme 5 too, but this is the Trine, and I'm trying to play it for you right now. This is the Trine. It's aluminum bar that's been bent into a crazy triangular pyramid shape, and it sounds like this. And I like to get it going first. Woo! Woo! Oh my goodness. Oh, okay, Roseanne. I got you. All right, that's good. That's easy because we're all set to go. So Roseanne is getting the Gimme 5 today because it's her Halloween is your birthday. That's awesome. How cool is that? Go out and get your whip out and go snap it. Crack it. All right. Cajon, gong, Noah bells, flute, and trine. Oh. All right. I don't. So you, Juke's joins asking, have you ever bowed? Oh my goodness. Have you ever bowed the trine? You know, I haven't, but let's try it right now before we are completely out of time. And I hate to erase everything I recorded, but I'm going to have to, I think. Unless I just use one channel. Let's try to bow the trine. That's a good idea. Woo! It's kind of hard to hold it, but because it wants to spin. It's literally on a like a lure. Let me see if I can. Oh, sorry, you guys. Oh my god. Woo! All right, let's do this. All right, I'm just gonna erase the middle channel and put everything there. All right, let's go. This is for Roseanne's birthday and for all of you for showing up. Hope you enjoy it. Happy birthday coming up, Roseanne. Thanks everybody for showing up. Have a wonderful Halloween. Be safe and be scary and be groovy. I'm Kalani, this is World Drum Club. We'll see you guys next week.
World Drum Club.